Okay, I'm super curious. When it comes to your business, have you ever heard the piece of advice to not put all your eggs in one basket? And since we're on that same topic, have you ever wondered what would happen if you lost access to your social media account that you're using to grow your business? If you answered yes to either of those questions, then this episode was created with you in mind because every time something weird happens with Instagram or Facebook, everyone and their mom in business will always start posting and saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And they typically are referring to, either building your email list or getting on multiple social media platforms or starting a podcast or YouTube channel along with everything else. And it drives me crazy because while, yes, I get this concept to an extent and I agree with it to an extent, I just don't think it's feasible for a lot of business owners, especially the ones who are just starting out and aren't making a consistent full-time income yet. This is because you will be stretching yourself very thin if you try to do all the things at once. Yes, start building your email list as soon as you can, but if you're already not creating a consistent income, I just truly don't know if your email list is going to pick up the slack if your Instagram disappears, especially if Instagram is where you're primarily getting your leads from. That said, there was this one time where I legitimately thought that Instagram kicked me off of my account and I didn't think I was going to get access back. But even though this happened, I still knew my business would continue to thrive because of this one thing I'm going to share with you in this episode. You may think it's because I didn't put all my eggs in one basket, but that's not the reason why. In fact, when I first started coaching, I didn't utilize my email list, I didn't have a podcast, and I definitely didn't have a blog. The only thing I focused on was Instagram and my Facebook group. That is it. So that said, in this episode, you are going to learn 3 main things. You will learn my best piece of advice to make sure your business continues to thrive, even if you lose access to your social media accounts. You will learn the one thing I believe will create a timeless business. And no, it's not building an email list or starting a podcast or anything like that. It's actually much simpler than that, and anyone can do it. And of course, you are going to learn why I have a little bit of pushback when people say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So if you are ready for this, go ahead and grab a notebook and pen, and let's go ahead and dive on in. Hey Queen, welcome to Called to CEO. I'm your host, Hannah Brindley, daughter of the King, certified life coach, and faith-fueled business mentor. I know you are so sick of feeling like you work so hard in your business with little to no reward while staying in the same cycle of self-sabotaging tendencies you know are keeping you stuck. And because of that, I know you are craving to end this never-ending cycle of self-destruction and cultivate a thriving, Holy Spirit-led business without letting it become your idol. If you are ready to be fueled by faith over flesh, fight your battles spiritually instead of physically, take bold and obedient action on your God-given call to CEO, and finally create that thriving faith-fueled business, then you are in the right place. So go ahead and grab your favorite sparkling beverage, grab a notebook and pen, and let's dive in. So a few months back, Instagram had a pretty major glitch. Basically, a lot of people thought they somehow lost access to their Instagram accounts with no reason why. And I was one of those people. And truth be told, it didn't last super long, but basically I just couldn't get into my Instagram account at all. And if I remember correctly, something weird was happening with my account from other people's perspectives as well. I don't really remember what all that was about, but all of this to say, I legitimately thought I lost my Instagram. And during this time, I remember cycling through a ton of emotions just like really quickly. I remember feeling angry for a moment, annoyed for a moment, frustrated, sad, and then I got a little bit nervous because I do use Instagram a lot for my business. Because, like I said, when I first started coaching, I did put a lot of eggs in that basket. But the truth is, I do not regret it one bit, and I would do it again and again. And here's why. When I was cycling through the initial nervousness, I remember thinking, oh my goodness, like, what do I do? What is my best course of action here? Do I utilize my email list, go harder on my podcast, etc.? What do I do? And that's when I realized something. It legitimately didn't matter if Instagram got rid of my account, because I could just create another one and be totally okay. But hear me out on this, because you might be thinking, well, yeah, Hannah, you have a podcast, you have an email list, you have this and that. But honestly, you guys, that's not why I knew that I would be okay. And this right here is the teaching moment for you. I knew I would be more than okay because I could just create another account and do exactly what I did before to grow my business. And I want you to notice how I said here, grow my business, not necessarily grow my account. Now, that being said, what did I do? What did I do initially to grow my business that I know would actually still set me up for success even if I lost it all today? What did I do? And why did I feel so secure in my business even though my Instagram I thought was gone? And why is this different than not putting all your eggs in one basket? Because, friends, when I first started coaching, I developed, and I truly believe that I mastered a skill that I call proactive lead generation and proactive selling. This means that when I was growing my business, I didn't sit around waiting for people to come to me. I was proactive. I got outside of my comfort zone and had value-driven conversations with my ideal clients, and as a result, I was able to serve them with my offer. I didn't have to wait to sell passively through my content. Now, don't get me wrong, content is super important, but I just didn't sit around twiddling my thumbs and waiting. And because I was proactive, I learned a lot about sales and I learned a lot about marketing just from having conversations with people. And I made a lot of sales because I didn't sit around waiting. And I felt, and I still now feel very confident with sales because I learned that skill. And I know that if my Instagram disappeared tomorrow, I could easily just make another one and do it again. And it would be fine because my business is not relying on the growth of my account. It's relying on my skill. And that is a teaching moment for you today. Okay? Now, that being said, I'm sure you're wondering if that looks like cold selling. And to answer your question, no, absolutely not. I do not recommend this. And because there are people out there doing this, I feel like proactive lead generation can often receive a bad reputation when it really shouldn't, especially if you are doing it with the right frame of mind and heart posture. And I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. I have a ton of clients currently right now that I reached out to first, and they will all tell you they never felt sold to. And in the beginning of my coaching business, roughly 80% of all of my clients came from proactive lead generation. 80%. I just want that to sink in for you. And just so I can drive this point home just a little bit more, if I was making $10K per month, which I was, that means that around $8,000 came from proactive lead gen, while $2,000 came from passive lead gen, such as content creation. And y'all, I did this on Instagram. Just Instagram. I put all my eggs in the Instagram basket, and I would do it again, because when you put all your eggs in different baskets, you're essentially shifting your focus to multiple places. And if you haven't created a consistent income when you are focusing your energy on one basket, it's going to be even more difficult to create a consistent income when your eggs are in multiple baskets. That said, when you are just starting or you've been in business a while but can't seem to secure consistent clients and a full-time income, learning how to proactively sell is the step that I truly believe you could be missing. And honestly, this was really the step that I was missing until I learned how to do it effectively. And when I say effectively, I mean that I was successful in the sense of, one, developing wonderful relationships with humans and it not feeling gross, and two, generating sales and generating lots of sales. So that said, if Instagram really did delete my account, I knew my business would continue to thrive because I could just create another one and I could utilize my daily sales system, which is proactive lead gen and sales. Now, if you're curious what that looks like, if you want to get all the details on this and learn all about proactive lead gen and sales, then I recommend tuning into episode 30 of this show. It's titled The One Skill That Has the Power to Dramatically Increase Your Revenue. And my friends, it is so good. And I highly, highly, highly recommend checking it out after this one. Because the thing is, I am not the only one who has seen success with this. I have several students who have used this skill in their business and everything changed for them. My students are leaving their 9-to-5 jobs to work their businesses full time. They're launching their own podcasts and they're finally creating a full-time income from their business, which is why the daily sales system and proactive lead gen and sales is something that I cover for you inside of my signature course, Faith Fueled Coach Academy. And listen, if you are feeling led to finally start or scale your Holy Spirit-led coaching business, then FCA is for you. I have successfully scaled my coaching business to 6 figures, and I'm sharing all of that knowledge with you inside of FCA. Like I said, if you are feeling led to grow your business, definitely check out FCA. You can do so by heading to www.hannahbrindley.com/FCA. And I'm going to have that linked in the show notes for you as well. And friend, I would absolutely love to be able to support you inside of FCA. But if not, I will definitely see you next week where I am making a huge, huge announcement. And I cannot wait to see you then. Bye, friend. Hey CEO, don't head out just yet. If this podcast has blessed you in some way, it would mean the absolute world to me if you left a rating and written review of the show. It truly lights a fire in me knowing how God has impacted you through this platform. And since I absolutely adore connecting with you, please, please, please screenshot this episode or your review and post it on your stories and tag me over on Instagram at Hannah Brindley. I cannot wait to see you over there. So much love to you.